This is a video of a doll collection in the Central California coast. The collection was collected in the 60s, 70s, and 80s by our aunt, and I will give you a quick little video tour of the collection, which is spread out in several rooms, and we'll start off in this one. And I'll just quickly pan around to the bears and dolls and the other figurines in the house, just to give a rough idea of what is in the collection. So far as we know, the collection was never cataloged, which means there isn't a record of what's here. Literally, it was just bought and then stuffed into a corner somewhere. We wish our aunt would have actually left us some information about the collection, but what you see pretty much is what you get here. And if you want to send us emails and ask us questions about the collection, you may, using the email address on your screen. Happy to come back and give more detail on specific pieces. Just give us the timestamp on the video of the doll that's, or dolls that are most interesting to you, and we will do what we can to get you some more specifics. These are actually not all that easy to video, as you can imagine. They're just in the house, they're just scattered everywhere. Doll collecting really was our aunt's passion for many years, and I understand that there are a few of these that are valuable, but we're sure that the vast majority are not real collectible at all. Like I say, there's dolls on top of dolls, stuffed around dolls, there's dolls falling down. They're everywhere. I've only stayed in this house a couple of times. I have to tell you, it's, for a non-doll person, it's a little bit creepy with all these eyes looking down on you. Alright, I don't think I did this. The shelf up here. Here we go. We did that. This is the kind of the more of the I'll say not as collectible part of the collection. I don't think we'll see any boxes up here. That downstairs we'll get to the more of the dolls that are in boxes and in their original packaging. We'll get to them here in a few minutes. Yeah, the intent here with this video is just to give an idea of what's in the collection, and not to go into specifics on any one doll or any one group of dolls. She have a thing for teddy bears. All right. Stacks of Barbies. Various conditions. Lots of Barbies in boxes downstairs. We'll get to those in a few minutes. As you can imagine, it's kind of a daunting question. What do we do with all of these things? They just go on and on. Here we go. It was a couple of years ago that we were up here with our aunt last, and by then even she couldn't remember what 95% of these dolls were. I mean, so far as she could recall, there were kind of random areas where a very valuable doll might be mixed in with thousands of not so valuable dolls. She only knew the ones that she liked and appreciated, and those were her favorites. And that didn't seem to map completely, entirely with the value of the dolls. Oh, here's a couple of unopened boxes. Original Cabbage Patch dolls in their boxes. There's another one tucked in back there. See him? Oh, the light's really bad in here. There we go. Grant was born in 1921. She had a softness for the early century dolls. Did I mention she liked bears? A Kewpie doll in a box. How exciting. At one time we thought we would just pull out each individual doll and film them separately, but then this video would take weeks to shoot. Really our intent with this video is just to give an impression of what's in the scope of the collection and the kinds of things that are in it. We found Bearland. A lot of mid-20th century pieces. I'm sure that I'm going either way too slow or way too fast. So I'm sure there's some bears or some dolls you're going to want to see more detail in, and I'm sure that the majority of these you probably could care less about. Trying to get a decent angle on this for you. Jumble of dolls. I wish I could tell you that there was some relative importance for dolls that were in cases and those that weren't, but I don't think Marie was, I don't think our aunt was that selective about the dolls that she put in the cases and the ones she didn't. Again, it was more the ones that she liked that ended up in the prime locations. This case is being particularly hard to film. Of large high chair dolls. Let's see one of these. Yeah. Just don't think I'm going to be able to get a real clear view with what's back there. All right. We're about a third of the way done, or halfway done up here in this bedroom. That I'm opening a closet here, just FYI. There's several dolls and boxes in here. FNB. I'm almost afraid to try to get them out. There's a. Oh wow! Actually, there's a lot of dolls in here in boxes. There's a, I don't know if you can see there, and there's no light in here, of course, but there's a Snow White and another FMB doll, wherever those are. Love and Touch Real Sister, Baby Dance Serena. I'm not going to try to get those out. But I was going to mention that there's, she also has, in addition to assembled dolls, she has an entire garage of doll parts. Boxes of just nothing but arms and legs and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to try to film those. I'm sure that head belongs to somebody. those big guys. Here's the other half of this cabinet. Yeah, she and her husband would spend pretty much every weekend scouring the western U.S. for interesting dolls. They would go to doll conventions and they had members of some doll clubs, I think, and that was just what they did. In the mid '80s, her husband died, and so she stopped traveling. That's pretty much when she stopped collecting the dolls. It'd be like 85 or so. So, pardon me if I get a little jerky here. It's just, it's like painting a a giant image. Alright, here's what they are. The Varroa box. Looks like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs kind of in a setting. I think I mentioned her affinity to bears. Right. Not even really sure what that is. I think it looks like some sort of a carousel of some sort with scary clowns. Orion actually had an even larger collection, much larger collection at one time, but she had a fire in the house about 10 years ago, and about a third of the collection was lost. Here, dollhouse figures, and you can see dishes, pots, pans, because they just see a dollhouse. So far as I know, our aunt didn't actually do dollhouses, but she certainly got a lot of the paraphernalia that would go with them. But yeah, so they had this fire 10 years ago which wiped out a good third, maybe half of the collection. So it's hard to believe, but at one time there was a lot more than even this. This is the more of the dollhouse stuff. Alright, let's see. I think you saw this big guy at the opening. So we'll go up here. Like I said, most of the dolls and boxes are downstairs. We'll get to those then after we're done with this room. Having a little trouble getting back far enough for these guys. Okay, we are getting ready to wrap up this room. Our aunt was a pretty solitary person. I doubt that anybody knows this collection exists. She was staunchly independent and that's how she lived her life. I know it's hard to see back in there, but there's this bigger cabinet is just stuffed full of various dolls. All right. So I'll work my way downstairs and we'll be done with this room. Snuggle Bear. I recognize that one. Some Raggedy Anns and Andes. All the random bears. All right, last shelf in this room. I know that's very hard to see. Okay, let's move on. All right, bedroom number 2. This is where most of the boxed dolls are. There's a whole Wizard of Oz series there. A box Cupid doll, another one. All right, hang on. Gem collection, whatever that is. Royal Wedding commemorative set. That box has never been opened as far as I know. A Dream of Jeannie. Sorry. I'm having a little trouble filming this. I'm kind of bent over backwards getting around stuff in that room. Marilyn Monroe doll. Here's another Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Got them all there. That's obviously not boxed. Patty Play Pal. She's big. So now we're leaving the world of the boxed dolls and back into the loose dolls. Space Snoopy. Phew. Starting to see a few of the figurines that she collected too. There's a whole cabinet full of just figurines, which we'll do last. I guess they're technically not dolls, but she enjoyed them too. All right, that's it for this bedroom. This is relatively small. All right, we're in one of her hallways where she had a cabinet. The lighting in here is really bad. It's too bad because I think these were some of her favorite dolls. And also it's very cramped in here, so I'm having a very hard time getting a good angle on the dolls. I believe this collection here was a collection called the Quintuplets or something. And she was especially happy with those because she has them all. And they're all in their original stuff. Alright, that's the hallway. Alright, we're in the next to the last room. And more boxed up doll sets. Charlie's Angels, Sunshine Family, Happy Family, Laurel and Hardy, Robin from the Batman and Robin collection. Whoever Susan 6 is. A couple of Popeyes, olive oils. A stack of something. All right, a little dusty as you can tell. And here we have a lifetime supply of trolls. And I'm going to drop down into this lower cabinet for now. Let's see if I can get these guys. There we go. Forgive my dicey camera work in this room. It's just very awkward working around all this stuff and Still trying to shoot all the figures. I had no idea this number of dolls were ever produced, ever. Alright, I'm going to move so I can shoot the other half of the trolls. Here's the other half of the trolls. Some more bears. Pillsbury Doughboy. Oh, and a Doe Gal. Oops, sorry. Nancy and Sluggo. I've never heard of before. Alright, let's go back to this cabinet. W.C. Fields. And on the other side, I forget her name, but she played with him a lot. I keep on going. I don't think we've ever counted the collection, but I'm sure it's in the thousands. Depending on how you count. There's a tag. Some of the figures do have tags. Not many. Actually, kind of the detail work on this Henry figure is kind of nice. But I know nothing about dolls, so. Alright, there's that wall. I'll change positions. I have no idea who these guys are, but Harriet was very fond of them. She didn't typically repair the dolls a lot herself, but she got into it occasionally for some of her favorites that may have been damaged for whatever reason. I know you can't see it, but there's some large tall dolls back there. Excuse me, change my grip here. Alright. Here's the birch shelf again. So I work my way to the last of the shelves here in this bedroom. Marianne was a big Bonanza fan. She had all the figures from the Bonanza show. So I got Wizard of Oz characters there. These are a little different. They look a little more primitive than the other dolls we've seen. Alright, we'll go way around this side of the shelf. Oh, there's actually dolls in these little bottles. Don't know if you can see those very well. Anyway, bottles with dolls in them. Alright, this room is done. Alright, this is the last room of where the collections are. This room is largely figurines, a few dolls, but largely figurines. So now we're going to transition out of the doll world, per se. She used to have a very large Asian collection of Oriental dolls, but those were all lost in the fire, so... This is the area where the collection was decimated. The last cabinet that we'll show you is interesting. It has a whole series of old pincushion head dolls. Look, Ming Dynasty. These are just little figurines that she liked and collected and had. Some cats. Move around to the room slightly. Here's one of the other remaining Oriental dolls. And the cats. She loved her cats and her dogs until she got too old to take care of them. Lifetime supply of Kewpie dolls, I guess. More figurines. Some of them are fun. We are still looking for a set of car keys. Maybe we'll find them here in the collection somewhere. I know this is really glary, it's hard to see. These are eggs. Obviously rare Fabergé eggs, I'm sure. No. There we go. Gosh, I'm having a real hard time getting enough light in there without the glare to see the eggs. Sorry. She loved collecting those eggs for some reason. I have no idea why. There's many of them. All right. Of course, now I think of it, she probably collected just about everything of this size, so maybe eggs were just a natural byproduct. This was her primary cabinet, so this may be where some of the better figures are. So I'll take a little bit of time with this one, assuming I can actually get in here. So this was her favorite cabinet. I've saved it for last. When she was showing off her collection, she would always come in here and pull out this doll or that doll, and she would just say what she liked about the doll, not so much about where it came from or what it was. But oh, there's a tag. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Come on, camera. There it is. That goes that orange doll. Oh, here's all the, I believe she said these were pincushion figures that would have been stitched in the top of a pincushion. Of course, I'm sure you would know that better than me. And then there's these guys. Oh, these are the complete pincushions, huh? Very neat. Oh, and plates along the back. How fun. All right, we're almost done. Last shelf, I think. More eggs. All right, so unless I find some stragglers and shoot those too, then that's your overview of our aunt's doll collection. And like I said, if you want to get in touch with us about it, our email is at the bottom of your screen there. And thanks for watching.